Good morning, students. Welcome all of you for today's class. Today we are going to study business studies, the chapter planning. So this is the last topic in this chapter. So I hope you understood all the other topics whatever we have discussed from this chapter. Okay. So today we will discuss on the topic types of plans. So what is planning? What do you mean by plans? So what are the features, limitations? So yesterday we discussed the process or steps in planning, how to plan activities, what are the steps involved in it, everything we discussed. Today we'll discuss types of plans. Okay, so when you plan unknowingly, you'll make different types of plan in an organization. So the different types of plan we'll discuss. Okay, so generally four types of plans classification means we can have two classifications. That is, first one is single use plans and next one is standing plans. Okay, so two plans are there, single use plans and standing plans. So first we see what is single use plans. So different types of plans can be made according to the use and time period for which the plan is made. Okay, so how we classify this according to for what purpose you are making a plan. So what is the use of a particular plan and time period for which the plan is made. Okay, so for how long you want to use that particular plan, so maybe weekly or monthly or yearly, so on. So a single use plan is made for a one time event or a project. So single use, so single use plan means from the word itself we can understand that type of plans are made for a single use. So one time plans, afterwards no use of such plans. Understood? So such course of action will not be repeated in future. So for what purpose you are making such plan, that will not be repeated in future. Only once you can implement it, afterwards no use of that type of plans. Okay, so they are made for non-recurring situation. So we can say these single use plans are made for non-recurring means not repeating. The duration of this type of plan depend upon the project. It may be for a day, week, month, year, etc. Understood? No, the duration generally it will be a very maybe for one project only, and it may be for a day, week, month, year, etc. So these type of plans include programs, budget, projects, etc. So the example for single use plans we will studied in detail the types of plans. So single use plans include programs, budgets, projects. So program you make that only once only you can use it. When the program is over, the plan also will be over. Understood? Budget also, you prepare a budget for a particular activity, that budget will be useful there only, after that it will be over. Then a particular project you take, you plan for it, when the project completed, that plan also completed. Understood? No, so single use plan means that plans can be used only once and it is non-recurring nature, and it may be used for a week, a day or year, and month, etc. Okay, now next type of plan is standing plans. So a standing plan is made for activities that occur regularly over a period of time. It is designed to ensure that the internal operations of the organizations runs smoothly. So single use plans understood. Just opposite of single use plan is what? Standing plans. So standing plans means it stands forever. So whenever you make standing plans are made for uh, not for a particular project or activity, or not for a particular day. It you can use it repeatedly, you can use it forever. But according to changes, if you want, you can accommodate changes in that. It is generally made once, but modifications are done from time to time. So once you make, but whatever changes you want to make, that you can do in that. So it include policies, procedures, methods and rules. So examples for standing plans are what? Policies, procedures, methods and rules. Okay, so this we will study separately. Single use plans, the types I told you. Here also standing plan also policies, procedures, methods and rules are there. We will detailed study will make afterwards. Okay, some plans are neither single use nor standing plans. Some other plans are there, so that we cannot include either in single use plan or standing plan, so we cannot categorize it under heading. So for the example, for that example are strategy and objectives. So strategies or objectives, what we say, organization wants to achieve the objectives. Management means getting things done through other people for the purpose of achieving objectives. So always we use the word objective, strategy in when we study management theories. Okay, so these strategies, objectives are not classified under any plans. Okay, so this we cannot classify it under single use. We cannot say strategy is a single use or standing plan. It is confused like, so we are not classifying it under any category. So both type of plans are part of operational planning process. So both single use plan or standing plans, both are part of operational planning process. Okay, so operational activities, so daily day-to-day activities of the business is supported by all these plans. So when you take a day of an organization, you can see programs there, you can see budget, you can see policies, you can see procedures, you can see some methods there, you can see that some rules are followed there. So without these type of plans, no organization can run. Okay, so you don't know, but when you study and when you analyze it, you will come to know that yes, these are the things are going on in all the organizations. Okay, so now we'll go to our detailed study of all these type of plans what I told you now. Okay, so general classification over. Now we'll study one plan separately. Okay, so different types of plans. First is objectives. So I told you objectives are not standing or single. Okay, so it is a separate plan. So objectives means what? Objectives are very basic to organization and the end point to which the organization wants to achieve by its operations. Understood? No, already we discussed objectives so many times. Objectives are the end point. Objectives are where we are and where we want to reach or where we want to go. So example for objectives, we can say increase sale by 10%, return on investment we are expecting 20%, or earn 20% profit this year. So particularly we are saying it is expressed in quantitative terms and we are saying that this is the thing I want to do or this is what I want to achieve. So that is called what? Objectives. So they are the end points if planning and all other function managerial activities are also directed towards objectives. So not only planning, all other functions of management are directed towards these objectives only. Okay, so the end point of planning or end point of all the organization is what? Achieving the objectives. So already we discussed this organizational objectives, social objectives, personal objectives, different objectives are there. So organizational objective is the most important thing, but in addition to that organizational objectives, we will fulfill the personal objectives of the people those who are working in the organization, and the social objectives of the society also we will achieve. Okay, so they are usually set by top management. So who set objectives? Top management. They are the policy makers. So objectives need to be expressed in measurable terms, that is quantitative written statement. Okay, so objective should be clear. You have to specify it very clearly. See here also we can see increase sale by 10%. It is very clear. So otherwise if the manager is saying, sales manager is saying increase in sale, but then the employees will be sales representative or the marketing department, they will be confused what to do. Simply saying increase the sale, but how much should be increased, that we have to be specified. Then return on 20%. See here 20% profit. So this very clearly quantity is important here. Each department can also have their own objectives. So top management have their own objectives, middle level, lower level also have their own objectives. Understood? No, so objectives are a plan, because to make objectives mental process. We have to think about that. So where we are now, where we want to go, what is the purpose of doing some activities today or tomorrow, what purpose the organization is standing, so that we have to fulfill. That is called what? Objectives. Okay, so objectives are type of plan. Now, strategy. So another type of plan is what? Strategy. This strategy also not a single use, not a standing. Understood? No? Single use and standing according to the use and time period we classified. But here strategy we cannot say for one day or for one use. Okay? So we can use it so many times also. A strategy provides long contours of an organization. It also decided the future decision of the organization in the long run. Okay, this is future here. So strategy also, what it is a long run. We cannot achieve a strategy, or we cannot frame strategy for a short period of time. We have to think about that, and we have to wait for it for the result. So strategy is a long run plan to achieve the objectives of the organization. So objectives are the end point. So how to achieve that end point? Through applying some strategies. So these comprehensive plans include three dimensions. So strategy we can see in three dimensions: determining long term objectives, adopting, here and there spelling mistakes are there, please excuse, adopting a particular course of action, allocation of resources. So these three things will be there in strategy. So long term objectives, we have to decide particular course of action, how to achieve that particular course of action. Yesterday in process we discussed that alternative courses of action. Then for a best alternative we'll select. For that alternative we have to allocate resources, human resources, financial resources, everything we have to allocate. So whenever we make strategies, change in the business environment also should be taken into consideration. Okay, so um, if you ignore the business environment, already we discussed different changes will be there in the business environment. You have to incorporate those changes whenever you make what? Strategies for your organization. Understood? No? So strategies and objectives are actually related. You make strategies to achieve the objectives. Understood? So suppose you want to score very good marks, scoring mark is your objective. But to score that marks, whatever techniques and methods you derive in your mind and you implement it, that things are called what? Strategy. So first you try a strategy, then you see that whether it is working or not. Then if it is not working, you change your strategy to achieve your objectives. Understood? No? Okay, now next plan is policy. So policies are coming under which type? Standing plans. So policies are general statements that guide thinking or channelize energies towards a particular direction. We know, oh, that is my policy. We usually say this is what my policy, or that's their policy. So what do you mean by policy? So policies are like a general statement. Sorry, that guide thinking or channelize energies towards a particular direction. So policies will help you to think, and that helps you to go towards a particular direction. What to do if you are confused? No confusion, because there will be a policy in that organization. They will inform you, this is our policy, you do like this. So it will be very clear. Then they are guides to managerial action and decisions in the implementation of strategy. So whatever strategies you made, these policies will help you to implement your strategies. Okay, so I woke up early in the morning, that is what my policy. Okay, so already you made my strategy is to score good marks. These are the strategy. I will study in morning hours, this many hours I'll study, I prepare notes, I prepare short notes, I read textbook. Like that you are making strategies. So to sorry, to achieve that strategy, what you have to do? You have to follow some policies, then only you can achieve that strategy. Clear? So examples: recruitment policy, pricing policy. Recruitment policy in an organization, we can say, I'm always telling you your example to make you better understanding. Okay, so recruitment policy, how to recruit employees in an organization. Whether we can conduct, first we can receive application, then we can conduct written test, then we can select, rank them according to their marks, then eliminate some of the candidates, then we can call the first some few candidates for interview, then again we can have some elimination process, medical examination, physical fitness examination. So all those things according to the nature and type of job we can decide the recruitment policy. Okay, so army's recruitment policy may not be there in any government organization recruitment policy. So like that, no, it will vary according to the type of organization also. So you cannot say this is what we are following, you also have to follow that policy. No, it is not possible. Understood? So pricing policy. So pricing policy, how to do when you introduce a new product, you can first, you can increase the price and sell, or you can first sell the product at a decreased price and then gradually you can increase the price. That is also a pricing policy. So which pricing policy you follow, that depends on the situations in your organization. Then policy can be major and minor. So another way we can say policies are, major policies are there, minor policies are there. So major policies are for all to know. So major policies are for everyone, so all should know the major policies of the organization. Especially like major policies are for customers, clients, competitors. So major policies when an organization make, they want to inform it to the clients or customers and competitors. But minor policies are applicable to insiders. So minor policies are only internal matters and it will be only for the inside people. Understood? Then policies defines the broad parameters within which a manager may function. So when a policy is there, within that width or within that broad capacity or parameter, the manager can freely work, because already made strict policies are there. It is not his personal opinion or suggestions or wish. He got the policy from the organization. Okay, so he has to follow that policy. Understood? So we can say in connection with our school, we can say admission policies are there, admission guidelines, how to admit a child in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangadan. So that is the policy of KVS. Understood? So here also recruitment policies are there. Understood? So many things we can see. Transfer policy. So what is the policy they are following in the KVS that may not be there in state government school or ICSE school? Understood? So that is called policy. Okay, next one is procedure. So procedure means, procedure means what are routine step on how to carry out activities. So you can see, there is a procedure. Any organization you take, from morning to shutdown, you can see so many procedures in an organization, whether it is manufacturing or trading or service or any sector you take, you can see so many procedures to complete a particular task. So they detail in exact manner in which any work to be performed. So how to perform a work, step by step instructions will be there. That is called what? Policies. They are specified in chronological order. E. Specified in chronological order. Example, production procedure. So production procedure, if you visit an industry and all, you can see there how they are producing the product from the raw material stage to the finished product stage, how the product is converted, how many stages are there, how many procedures are there for the product. So procedures are based on policy to attain a particular objective. So procedure is based on what policy, because the policy tells them this is the procedure you have to follow. So procedures and policies are related to each other. So from policy only procedure will come, so they are related each other. Understood, no? So procedure is there. So in a school also procedure, you can see morning assembly, then afterwards first period, second period, third period. So timetable is given, assigned subject for each teacher. So all those things are the policies of the school, sorry, procedure in a school we can see. Like that in business organization also, production procedure you can see, sales procedure, packing procedure, labeling procedure, so many procedures we can see in a business organization also. Okay, now method. So method provides prescribed ways or manner in which a task has to be performed considering the objectives. Okay, so method also procedure, that step by step how to perform that job, but method tell you how to do that particular work. Method provides prescribed ways or manner in which a task has to be performed considering the objective. So you have to, when you follow a method, you have to keep in mind the objectives also. So to achieve that objectives, what method I can adopt? The method may vary from task to task. What method you adopt in one task may not be there in another task. Selection of proper method saves time, money, effort, and increases efficiency. So proper method if you follow, no, it will save your time and money, efforts, and increases efficiency. So when you follow a proper method of doing a particular task, it will save your time and energy also, so you become efficient. Then examples training methods for employees for different levels. Okay, so different grades of people are there. So top level management, when you want to give a training method is an example. So different types of training methods are there: on the job training, off the job training, so many methods are there. So production, even production methods are there. So methods we can use in any form of organization or any type of work. So but what method you follow, that depends on the nature and type of work you perform. So training methods, suppose example, you if you want to give training to top level management people, the same training methods cannot be possible, or it is not implemented, or it is difficult to implement for the lower level or middle level management people. So according to the qualification or the standard of the people, you have to decide the training methods. Understood? Okay, now next is rules. So rules are specific statements that inform what is to be done. So rules are like no change in that. Rules are very rigid. Rules are strict. So we have to compulsorily we have to follow something in an organization, that is called what? Rules. They do not allow any flexibility or discretion. Yes. So no flexibility, no change. Rules are very rigid. It is a managerial decision that a certain action must or must not be taken. So do's and don'ts. You can do this, you should not do this. So this is called what? Rules. Mobile is strictly prohibited. That is a rule. Do not smoke here. That is a rule. Understood? So we can use these examples. So they are simplest type of plans because there is no compromise or change unless a policy decision is taken. If they take a decision to change it, then we can have a change in rule. If unless otherwise, no change in rule. Understood? No. So rules are very strict. Okay, so this is rules. So rules are specific statements that inform what is to be done. We cannot question a rule also. Okay, next, program. So program are detailed statement which outline the objectives, policies, procedures, rules, tasks, human and physical resources, and the budget to implement any course of action. Okay, so program include all these things. When you take a program, so annual day celebration is a program, or any other day celebration, or what, Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat is a program. So to implement a particular program, so you need different objectives, policies, procedures, rules, tasks. You need human resources, physical resources, etc. So you understood, no? So to conduct a program, you need so many other plans also. Objectives you want, policies you have to do there, procedures you have to develop, rules you have to follow, then task you have to perform, human resources you need, physical resources you need. With the help of all these things only you can conduct a program. So program is single use plan. Once a program is done, that plans cannot be used in next time. Then budget. So a budget is a statement of expected results, expected results expressed in numerical terms. Okay, so budget, we have some plans in our mind. This is what our expected income, and this is what our expected expenses. So that is expressed in numerical terms. So it's a plan which quantifies the future facts and figures. So future, what is going, actually budget is everything we are planning for future only, but exactly budget is for future only, because we don't know what will happen tomorrow. Even then we say, I have this plan in my mind, this much money I spend for this, I'll be spending for this, like that, no? We may do some forecasting. So example, we can say sales budget, production budget, weekly budget, monthly and yearly budget, etc. So many different types of budgets are there. So yearly budget, weekly budget, monthly budget, etc. Okay, so but budget always expressed in figures, so comparison between actual and expected outcome is easier. So always these budgets are expressed in figures only. So actual, after, suppose I am thinking I'll be spending 1 lakh amount for this, but my actual spending is 1,50,000. So my budget was 1 lakh, but actually is 1,50,000. So there is a difference. So comparison is very easy if you make a budget. Okay. So different types of budgets we can see. So making a budget needs forecasting, means it needs what, planning. Okay, so budgeting also need forecasting, and it means this also a plan. Budget also we can include in plan. So different types of budgets are there. Sales budget, purchase budget, cash budget. Okay, so for example of cash budget, if you take the cash budget is a basic tool in management of cash. So it's a device to help the management to plan and control the use of cash. So cash is an important item in any organization. How to control the use of cash, or how to manage and plan for the use of cash. It is a statement showing the estimated cash inflows and cash outflows over a period of time. So in cash budget we can see there will be cash inflows and cash outflows. When cash is coming into the business, that is cash inflows, and when cash is going out of the business, that is called what, cash outflows. So cash inflows would generally come from cash sales, cash outflows would generally cost and expenses. Understood, no? So generally the inflows of cash is from sales. Outflows are generally expenditure natures. Whatever we spend, that all are what, cash outflows. Okay, now so this is an example for what, cash budget. So when we plan this, it will help you in the future course of action. So that is why these are also included in a particular type of plan. Understood, no? So all the management has to hold adequate cash balance for various purposes, but at the same time it should avoid excess balance of cash, since it gives little or no return. So adequate cash should be there with you, that also important. But keeping excess cash in the business, that also a danger sign. Like, no, it will not give you any return, idle cash. so we have to use it properly, proper investment we have to do. So like that only in sales budget or purchase budget, any budget you make, government budget also, you can see nowadays finance minister announce so many things for our country, different sector wise they announce. So that and all budget only, not the actual figure. So what actually they are going to do, how much actual figure money are going to spend in future days or the coming days, we don't know. So when actual come, then only we can believe and think that yes, actually they are doing it. Okay, so this much only the types of plans. Okay, so different types of plans we discussed, understood, I think. Budget is a program, rule, then method, procedure, policy, strategy, and objectives. Okay, then first I told you single use plan and standing plans. So single use plans, standing plans are there. So these all types of plan except the objectives and strategies, all other types of plans, either it is single use or it is standing plan. So clearly you understand it, because case study questions will come and they will ask you what type of plan is this. Remember, when type of plan they ask, you have to answer from this area. It may be a rule, it may be a policy, it may be a program, procedure. So when you hear type of plan, so you have to remember this topic. Okay, so this much only for today, and thank you so much. Okay, bye bye, take care.